Hello, everybody. Welcome to the weekly collective consciousness reading for May, the first week of May, so May 1st through the 7th. And you guys know what I'm about to say. Please like this video. It will so help in the YouTube algorithm and helping people find content like this. So please like the video if you liked it. And please subscribe if you like this content and want to continue to see notifications and more content like this. I will be expanding as my channel grows. So I would appreciate that subscribe. And any comments, questions, anything at all, please drop it below. I would love to hear if it resonated, even if it didn't. You guys are not going to hurt my feelings. I just want to interact with you guys. I love the interaction piece of these readings, so that would be amazing. So guys, let's just jump right into it. We are in the first week of May, and let's see what this week has in store for us. So what do we need to take action on here? Okay, so we have Yang. So Yang is masculine energy. Okay, so definitely right off the bat, it feels like this is definitely, we're going right into the month with, it feels like it's going to be a busy week. Let's put it this way. Busy week of doing. Okay. And so I feel like almost wanting to say, because of that one energy that's kind of really popping out to me, is that it feels like it's a lot of doing, on our own. One is more of like individual type energy, and last month was more about socializing and like other people and that kind of thing. This definitely does feel like what we need to do for us. And so I don't know why I'm just gonna say it, but like lots of errands. Like it's kind of a weird thing to say, but and kind of specific that usually doesn't come up like that, but it feels like a lot of us are gonna be like finally taking care of errands that we haven't taken care of in like a long time. And so we're actually getting it done, basically. Like the things that we've been kind of putting off, we're actually getting done. So what do we need this month? See from a higher perspective. Okay, so this, not month, I'm sorry, week. I just recorded the monthly, that's why. What do we need this week? So see from a higher perspective, we need a different perspective. And so I'm curious as to what area of life feels like, because it's the eagle, it's the, and I'm not getting anything super specific, at least quite yet, is, we kind of need to see a broader perspective of things, seeing maybe other people's perspective, seeing a different perspective of a situation that you're in, that kind of thing. And that will be really helpful. Guys, I always say, never underestimate a good perspective shift. Sometimes one way of looking at something different is all the difference in mood, energy, how you feel, how you actually approach the situation, that kind of thing. So I definitely do feel like, it'll be different for a lot of different people, but again, it feels like it could be in any area of life, general areas of life. But I'm telling you, do not overestimate a different perspective, okay? Perspective, as you guys know, looking at a glass, is it half empty, is it half full? Okay, so as you can see, if you're looking at it half full, your perspective could be more an optimistic perspective, while you guys get what I'm saying, okay? I don't have to explain it. All right, let's see what's going to be challenging. So we have orphan child, independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of survival. Okay, so I'm feeling like, yes. See, guys, I'm telling you, the cards are like amazing. They never lie. Okay, I just told my friend that's getting into reading cards is the cards never lie. Okay, so this first one right off the bat was more about individual energy. This is the orphan child, meaning like doing things alone. Like I definitely do feel like this week is really about like getting stuff done that's pertaining to you. It doesn't necessarily pertain to other people. So that's like doing errands. Like, I don't know, this is the example that's popping into my head. Maybe you're attempting to get citizenship and that's really about you. It doesn't like involve other people or whatever. That's something that you have to work on for you. And so it definitely does feel like, because it's not in the shadow, it's in a positive way, but it is under the challenge, which makes me feel like just because it's about you doesn't mean that you have to go into this hyper independence type mode, where if somebody is offering their help for you, say with the same example, like maybe they know a really good immigration lawyer that they can hook you up with, please take advantage of stuff like that. Okay, so the challenge is going to be kind of you wrestling on this hyper am I saying it right? Hyper dependence, basically. Hyper independence. I think that's how you say it. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Like trying to do everything by yourself and saying, oh, I don't need your help, and that kind of thing. But Spirit is saying that's going to be a challenge because it's going to be overwhelming for us, and it's just a trauma at the end of the day, okay? Because we're not by ourselves, okay? Even though, again, this feels like a week of kind of like taking care of ourselves, doing our own thing, like that kind of thing. If there's an opportunity where you could use somebody else's help, please take it. It's basically what Spirit is trying to say. All right, what's the surprise? Surprise, soulmate. Okay, so even though this is a week of kind of taking care of like your own business and doing your own thing, that would be a surprise, right? Is that somebody kind of coming in that feels like a soulmate, or a soulmate of some kind stepping up. So if it's the same person that's trying to help you, with the immigration lawyer in this example here, they could be somebody that is a soulmate, or sometimes I like to call them earth angels, people that kind of come in during a really difficult time to really assist you and help you go further, help you heal, that kind of thing. But I definitely do feel like with this kind of coming in is like a soulmate just kind of coming in this week and, stepping up is the best way I can kind of say it for us. And soulmate could be anything, guys. Could be a pet even, or it could be obviously platonic. A lot of people don't really understand that, but soulmates are absolutely platonic, absolutely platonic. So somebody kind of stepping up, from a soul level that you have that soul connection with, to really kind of help you out. So again, look out for that. Okay, what issue do we have? Okay, trust your talents and changing times. Okay, so this is the issue that I do feel like is doubting yourself and not trusting, taking care of whatever you need to kind of take care of this week, running your errands, doing whatever you need to do. I definitely do feel like the issue of just not trusting yourself when things are challenging and during change, during times of change, it's more about not believing in yourself. And by the way, the soulmate relationship exists to make us more of our authentic selves, bring out more of our authentic selves, help us accelerate our soul growth in that way. So it makes sense that they're actually next to each other here, because I definitely do feel like they could be helping you with that. And even though they might come in and help you, get that immigration lawyer, they're also kind of going to be like, you can do this, and give you that pep talk and really help you, feel like you're, you can do it because you can. So I definitely do feel like this is, it's going to be a little bit of an issue this week of like trusting yourself. There could also be a situation for some of us where we might be taking a risk. I'm getting that for that card. So, but you have to kind of like trust yourself in the decisions that you make. So, so that might come up a little bit this week for sure. Okay, what do we need to focus on? Okay, so we have Avenger, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. Okay, so this is about getting too righteous, getting too hostile, getting too violent is really strong. I don't feel it'll get necessarily, to a physical place, but this is about, hostile. It's just the best way I can kind of say it. So we might be getting hostile with a cause, with a person, just like very like frustration type energy, and kind of taking it out on, just not having our anger under control, not having our frustrations under control. So it's really important that this week we focus on how we can control those emotions that tend to take us over. Another way to kind of put this is, practicing our reactivity or emotional regulation would be really, really important to focus on this week. Which is so hard for a lot of us. But it's important that, like, it's really coming through that Spirit is saying it's like really important to practice our reactivity and focusing, on controlling that, basically. Okay, what do we have to reflect on here? Time to go. Okay, so there are things that I feel are ending for some of us. Okay, so I know we're in this giant limbo of our old life to our new life, and people could argue that life is just, full of fluctuations and transformations and changes, right? Change is the only constant we have, right, guys? We can count on change being constant. So this is definitely reflecting on what we need to let go, of. I definitely feel like, I can't lie, guys, the feeling that I'm getting is like this could be relationships, but this could be friendships too, okay? So, and I find it very interesting about the soulmate card coming up there, is maybe some of our soulmates kind of come out of the woodwork and show us who our real friends are. And then we have to kind of reflect on, who hasn't necessarily showed up, or, where we don't have that strong connection with that soulmate with, other people in our life, like that kind of thing. So, but it could also be a job. It could also be, any other situation really. Location, anything like that. So definitely, I don't feel like we're actually leaving something. It feels like the reflecting on the leaving and, what we have to leave behind, basically. So I don't see like any moves or anything, unless that's part of your big change in life. Okay. So responsibilities, we have direction card and choose your path. Okay, so this actually is connected a little bit here to the Spirit Fox, where we have to trust in our decisions and trust in ourselves to potentially take a risk somewhere. This is about, you're responsible for what path you choose, right? So there's a heavy emphasis coming through here on decisions this week that we're gonna have to make for us, and for our life and the direction that we want to go in. So it definitely does feel like there's like a lot of pressure. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It definitely does feel like there's a lot of pressure in making decisions this week. You know me, I'm a little bit biased. I always say use your intuition when it comes to these things, but this is really about, you got to trust yourself first and foremost, to be able to choose the right direction for you going forward. So I definitely do feel like there's some decisions that need to be made, a lot of them this week, pertaining to whatever situation you're going in. And it's important that you choose the most aligned one for you, and trust yourself, obviously. All right, what's going on with money? This is upside down. Ooh, gambler. Relying on luck rather than hard work. Okay, guys. Here's some tough love for you guys. So this is, so relying on luck rather than hard work. Not calling anybody lazy, because I don't really believe in that word, to be honest. I don't believe in that word, or selfish. I hate the word selfish, but it feels like we're waiting for, we're not necessarily taking enough action on how to bring more money in, okay? So, and it doesn't mean that we're sitting around. So I have an issue with people talking about manifestation is, they don't talk about the taking action part. Like, you obviously have to take action for anything to kind of come to fruition. So it feels like maybe we're just manifesting, but we're not doing and taking the action that we actually need to get the things that we want, including, this is under money, finances, career. So obviously pertaining to those different things. But we got to put in the work, and we have to hustle a little bit. Now, a lot of people don't like the word hustle. I think it's okay in context. Obviously, it's okay in balance. And sometimes you have to hustle to get what you need. So I definitely do feel like there's some hustle energy kind of going on this week that we have to kind of put pep in our step. And if we don't, I think we'll really feel it, okay? Overdrafting, is it called overdrafting your account? Yeah, that's the right word, right? Yeah, overdrafting our accounts this week. Something with money is going to trigger us. Let's put it this way, because and if you guys saw the monthly, this month is a lot about money and finances and career, but it definitely does feel like the money and the finances is highlighted here. So I definitely do feel like we got to put some more pep into our step. Maybe it is time to look for that second job. Maybe it is time to start that business. But we have to make it a reality if we really truly need and want and desire more money. So this is kind of putting it on you a little bit. Okay, change. Not for you. I find that funny, because it's like, what did I just say? Change is the only thing that's constant, and it's kind of saying like, nope, not for you. But no, it's actually saying, it's not literal. So basically, not for you is about making sure that, and this goes to the decisions that we have to make this week, okay? That we're understanding the consequences of our decisions, and we're understanding the outcomes of our decisions, and we're understanding that that could obviously change our lives, but make sure it's not changing it in a way that's not for you, that doesn't align for you. So this is really just basically saying, like, make sure any changes that are happening, make sure they're in alignment. That's really all that means. All right, let's look at friends. Drop your shields, protection guardian. Okay, so this is actually about vulnerability and confiding in people and putting your guard down when it comes to your friends. And this could be, I know the time to go could be about anything, but again, like, it kind of feels like themes of friendship or, you know, soulmates kind of coming in from that card up there. So this could be kind of like a test to see, you know, who do you connect with more on an emotional level, who's there for you when you really need them to talk, not necessarily people that are there to just have fun with, for example, like people that you can really count on in an emotional way, basically. Yeah, it just feels like a really good opportunity this week for some of you guys to get really vulnerable. And almost, I want to say, like, I'm getting this feeling of like new people, like new acquaintances. And we did have a pretty social month. The energy of last month was like pretty social. So I have a feeling some of you guys have met new people. So it wouldn't be like a bad week to really, you know, kind of test that new friendship and see, you know, is this an emotional connection? Can we go deeper in this connection, kind of thing? But overall, pretty good with friends. Romantic connection. All right, we have gossip in the shadow. Thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. Ooh, okay. So even though friends look good this week, it definitely does feel like our romantic connections were betraying the trust of the other. But in the way of telling secrets, not necessarily, I don't necessarily feel like lying, cheating, stealing kind of thing. It doesn't feel massive in that way. And again, not trying to minimize anybody's pain or anything, but definitely does feel like maybe, you know, your significant other maybe tells their friend your secret or something. Like, I know that's like pretty specific, but in some way, shape, or form, it feels like a small betrayal within our romantic connection. Something even as small as like, I have a friend and they watch TV shows together, you know, her and her significant other. And, you know, watching it without the other person is technically a betrayal, right? So it could be something small. That's like an example that kind of comes to my head. But I definitely do feel like it's betraying of confidences in some type of way, dealing with communication. Okay, what's important? Excuse me, guys. I'm losing my voice here. Okay. So new life. Oh, that is important because I know we're in limbo. So we're going from our old life to our new life, and here's new life here. So this is important. This also, because it's still directly below the direction as well, you know, choosing your path. This is about making the decisions. Make sure the decisions support your new life. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, we have Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted, health and wellness. Yeah, so basically, you know, this is actually more so about like doing something that puts you in your comfort zone but brings you comfort, like soul food basically, like has popped into my head. Like maybe you make this week like the dish that your late grandmother used to make you or something like that. Like it's the energy is in support of comfort in some type of way, or anything that makes you feel loved and is comforting. Not trying to push you into old bad habits that aren't really good for you, but you know, I think you guys will resonate with what resonates with you, and it'll manifest differently for each of you. But do the thing, you know, you'll be, and I'm feeling this feeling you'll be called to it anyway, but you know, do the thing that makes you feel comforted, makes you feel loved. And last but not least, overall outcome. Prince. Okay, romantic charm and potential for power. This is really good, okay? Because if you guys saw the monthly, I talked about power. I said it like 1,000 times because this month is really going to test us. So it looks like this week, we're ending the week feeling like we do have that empowered energy is right at our fingertips. Like it's possible for us. Okay, so this tells me, because it's here, is that we do make all of the decisions that are aligned for us. So you have to, guys, all of these things build trust, build confidence, build resiliency, build resourcefulness, make you feel empowered, all of these things. And those things include making the aligned decision, okay? And so you can do it, basically, and you're going to do it, is basically what this card is trying to say, is that, and romantic charm, meaning like, you know, you're there's charisma here, right? You're looking good, right? Like you definitely, let's just put it this way, coming out of this week like with a lot more confidence than you went in, okay? So, and going back to that first one, you know, doing a lot of things on your own too. So that gains confidence. Independence gains confidence, right? Okay, so I think it's a pretty good week, guys. Sorry, my voice is kind of going out, but I hope this is helpful for you guys in some way. Again, please drop me a comment. I love reading the comments and I totally interact. So that's one of my favorite things about reading cards. So please put it below. But I hope you guys have a good week, and I'm excited to see what next week has in store for us as well. So, all right, guys. Also, don't forget to subscribe, okay? Subscribe.